Hello everyone, my name is Neomustic. Welcome to another video on sculpting. I'm going to do this sculpt because after this I'm going to do the texturing tutorial for the house we made. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to make a second screen. You don't have to do this, I just do that because I'm going to go straight into making another model for the house. So UV editor, new, I'm going to call this one bark tree. With time I'm going to change that to specific tree bark because not every tree has the same kind of bark. So instead of view I'm going to go to paint, and as you can see down here it's almost gone, but if I press a button you can still see the button. So down here you can see which button I press. I'm going to press T button to get this side opened, and as you can see I got the texture and everything. Now I'm going to make two textures. This one is going to be fairly easy, fairly simple. The other one is going to be, well, cool. I might say it's cool. So I'm going to up the strength, I'm going to up the radius, I'm going to take a good base color for what we're doing, something brownish, orangey, like this. And this is actually too bright for me, but it's just a base color. I still need to get used to the new laptop. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to reduce the strength, and I'm just going to go like this. I need to up my radius because this isn't big enough. Control T, like Control Z, like most programs, it deletes what you just did, and I do need to open my tiling because this is going to be a tileable texture. So just going to put some lines. God damn it. Just going to put some lines like this. Doesn't matter if they're overlapping. But this is just to give the tree bark some texture to it. Again, another color, maybe go a little bit to a different tone. Come on, I need to stop doing that, and let's make this smaller. I keep going outside of the screen. Okay, a little bit darker, strength is still good. Nope, that's way too dark. Okay, so this is going to be the base for our tree bark. Next thing that we need to do is get some outlines going. So I'm going to do that using the line. Where is it? Paint stroke spacing. I'm going to change that to line. I'm going to take a very light color, reduce the radius like so, and I'm going to look at a good part to start at. Maybe this one. So I'm just going to pull some lines like so. Yeah, I'm making this side the upside and here the bottom side. And it doesn't matter that it's like this because in some time I'm going to change, well, I'm going to smear this out so it's less visible over here as well. Like so. Yes, I'm still in here. And as you can see, this doesn't look too good. So I might have to reduce the strength a lot again. So it's a very subtle change, and yeah, like that. So it's a very subtle change in lighting. This looks a little bit better. One over there. This one is going to go like this. this one is going to go all the way up here. I do have to say I don't have that much experience with making park textures. This is actually my first one, so you guys are with me on how I mess this up. Here, a little bit over there. I'm also not going to do all the parts. This is just something to get some details in. This is a big one, so you don't have to use the line tool to do this. Okay, like so. So that gives a little bit more texture to what we're doing. Now the smear tool. I'm going to up the strength, I'm going to up the radius, and I'm just going to smear it out so it looks like, well, more of a organic texture. Because trees are organic. Like so. And over here as well. And by doing this, you get these different textures to it. If you look at it from afar, it starts looking like a tree, which is, well, tree bark thingy. The stem, I don't know what you say in English, but yeah. Doesn't matter if you're not going straight, because organic things never go straight. Look at a banana. Okay. So this is the start. Now we need to get a darker color in. So back to our text thingy, darker color, back to smaller size. And I need to up the strain because I can barely see it. Okay, like so. So this is basically doing the other side of the panels. Still need to up the strain. This. There, and like so. So that gives a little bit more detail to it. You can also go right next to this line. So that will give it a little bit more detail to it as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to smear this out. And there. And smear, smear, smear. Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm just smearing it out. There we have it, a basic tree bark texture. You could also do the, you know, the plank tutorial that I did. Well, you can just make this an entire plank thingy and use, well, make it darker. And that would give you a nice bark texture as well. I'm just going to use this one because I'm not really in the mood to do a lot of work to it. But yeah, this is basically the basics of making a bark texture, because some points they do stick out, and if I tile it, hold on, I'm first going to save this. Save image as bark tree, not in documents, on my desktop, so I can relocate it. Okay, so now on this object, if I go to material, get a material, generated, no, yes, generated is good. flat type, where's image or movie, and I'm going to use the tree bark. So if I go to texture, it does nothing, material, it's all black. Let's see. Is it really just all black? No, the texture is on it, you just don't really see it. Let's add in Ctrl C, Ctrl V, duplicate light. Or Shift D does the same thing. I just want to get some faces with the texture. So yeah, that starts to look like bark, but the problem is I need to put this all the way down because tree bark, it doesn't really have that. Okay, so now I need to unwrap this because on the sides it's not looking that well. And here. Okay. No, not okay. Here. No, it is okay. Okay, so mark scene. See, it's been a while since I've used this. I'm on a new system. And let's get another one. Is this one? This is going to be the UV editor. Where's the UV? Right, I could have used that one, but yeah. So select it all, unwrap, and there we have it. Now, as you can see, it's still ungenerated. We don't want that. We want it to be on UV. This will change the texture a lot. 5, 5, and 5. So this makes the texture smaller and not looking too bad. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to take this face, rotate it by 90, and it's rotated in the opposite direction, so rotate 180, 80, there. So now it's in the right direction. I think I'll have to do that to this side, but yeah, this is this is going to be our bark texture. And as you can see, it does look a little bit like it's bark. Now, for a tree, if you cut it down, you do need a second texture. And I might as well just make this one immediately, seeing I'm doing it right now. And when you cut down a tree, you can see the sides are bark, but the inside, so the round part of it, it's not really bark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second texture. I'm going to name it tree flesh. I have no idea what it's called, but I'm going to call it tree flesh. I don't need this. Oops, that was stupid. So this one and this one. So tree flesh. What I'm going to do to this is I'm going to go back to text edit, well, Textra. I'm going to take a nice fleshy color, which is mainly something like this. I'm going to up the radius. I'm going to make it, I need to delete that one. And I also need to delete the tiling to do this. So not line, I want it to be space, there. So this is going to be our base color, and the thing that we're going to do now is basically go from color to color. As you can see now, I want this entire face. I want this entire face to be like this. So just unwrap, 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 unwrap. Well, you can't see those, so there's no point in doing those. But yeah, we've unwrapped those. UV unwrap, paint. Okay, so you can see I still have 2 of those little thingies in the middle, but those are 2 you can't see. I'm going to up the radius, so it's something like this would be fine. I'm going to save this color. I'm going to make it darker. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it's taking all the dots. Okay, but this isn't good. I don't want to have it like this. I want to have it as a strong color, so I'm going to keep tabbing until it's nice and strong color. I know there's a way you can do this. Art light, is it this? No. I know there's a way to do this, but I forgot which one it was. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it at mix. And I can't up my radius anymore, so that sucks. Wait, 600, can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay, so I can up my radius. So I'm going to make a nice circle with this. There. Now, 550, no, that's 55. 550, and I'm going to take this color again. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Like so. Okay, this one is too big, so 570. And it doesn't matter if it's not straight in the middle. I mean, you can go around a little bit like this as well. 550 then. I'm going to take another darker color. Again, doesn't have to be in the middle. 510. Again, the base color. But yeah, like this. And as you can see over here, you're starting to get lines. I'm going to keep doing this for just a little bit longer. 360. Like so. 320. Again, this color. And you keep going like that until you reached the center of the circle. So the next thing is you get the smear tool, lower the radius, and you're just going to smear it out. You can go like this as well at some parts because it's not a completely nicely looking circle. You do have to make these lines thinner than I did, but yeah. So I'm just going to go over it. And normally you have a stronger color to do this than I am using right now. I am, however, going to up my strength. Like so. So now as you can see, this is starting to look like the insides of a tree circle. It could as well just go like this and like that, just to give the insides more texture. But you guys know how to do this. Okay, so that's the inside of our tree. I still need to get used to the new color pattern of this all. I'm going to call this tree flesh once it's finished, which is it's not. You do need to get texture, make it smaller, down the radius, and go like over the sides where you want to have the highlights on. And that's way too big. So, and the darker color to get in a little bit more details. the darkness lighting. So yeah, as you can see, if you smear this out, which I'm going to do right now, smear a little bit higher. Like so. It doesn't really look like tree bark to some of you, but to me, this is starting, not tree bark, the inside of a tree, but to me, this is starting to look like it. Of course, you need to go all the way to the center, which I will do off camera. And for those who are following one of my tutorials on modeling and texturing, you will see this finished texture over there. I am, however, going to delete this cube. I'm going to add in the circle, a cylinder. Doesn't have to be this high. I think 8 should be enough. Okay. So I'm going to take these two faces, unwrap. And as you can see, they unwrap on top of each other. So I'm going to go to top view, unwrap, where's project from view. So as you can see, now it unwrapped from view. I'm going to go to view, I'm going to scale this up. Like, oops, like so. If I go, oh, I'm already in there. Okay, so now I'm going to do 2 times a texture. I'm going to make this one tree flesh and the other one tree bark. So this one is going to be tree bark. On tree flesh, I selected these two faces. I'm going to press assign. And now I need to get one line, mark seam. There we go. Of course, like this, you can't export it into anything because you need to get these lines. You need to get this face as a square or a triangle. But we're not doing that for right now. I'm going to select all these faces, and unwrap. Okay. So I'm going to go to material mode. I'm in tree flesh. Over here, new texture. There we go. Now in this one, I'm going to assign it to this. Over here, new image for movie. I'm going to use the one that I just made. Where is it? Tree bark. Okay. Why? And something went wrong, of course. Why wouldn't there be? Right, because I didn't save it. I'm an idiot. If I have saved it, I had 2 different textures. And I could assign this texture to it. But yeah, for now, I'll take another one to show you guys the difference. I'll also need to lower this transparency into this as well. This lighting. Also, as you can see, it's not in the right direction. The rotate 90. Okay. Back into texture, no, material mode. There, so now the texture is in the right direction, but it's too big, so I'm going to make it smaller for a second. 5, 5, and 5. Okay. Over here, this is all fine. Just going to up this trained. And to this one, I will need to use a different texture. So open, I know I've got a map with textures, desktop, painted textures, and here I can see the ones I did. So the blanks. So yeah, normally this is supposed to be the the fleshy texture, but yeah. I need to smooth you out. There. So yeah, this is how to make a bark texture and a flesh texture. I hope it helped you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.